Okay, we're going to build the basic bossa nova today. And the bossa nova comes from Brazil, and it was made popular in the 1950s and 60s. And it has a very cool swaying feel. And it's usually played, its roots are in samba, but it's usually played at a slower tempo. And it's much less percussive than samba. What we're going to do is, it has a consistent hi-hat pattern on all the eighths, which mimics the pattern played on a pandero. Then we've got some cross-stick action happening, which is going to mimic the Brazilian clave pattern. And then the bass drum is going to be kind of like the bass. So we're going to put all this together. Let me just play it for you first. All right, then you'll see what I'm talking about, okay? Here it goes. And you can kind of feel, once you hear the groove, or once you certainly play it, you feel like dancing, you know, you feel kind of like swaying. So the first thing that I would recommend that you get down or memorize in your head is this. And it's written in 4/4. It's going to be over 2 bars, and the pattern is 1 and, let me clap a little bit better here. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and it's like a 3/2 clave. You can also invert that. You can switch that around. But let's continue with that here. I'm going to add the bass drum so you can see how those two interact together, okay? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, and then we're going to add the hi-hat on all eighths. And this is something that you really have to lock in. It depends on how you want to learn it. If you just want to play the clave, and I'm sorry, the cross stick and the bass drum together to see how those two line up, or if you want to do the hands first, you can do that. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3, and then add the bass drum. And again, the bossa is usually played at a slower to medium tempo, but something that you can do to kind of gear up for a faster tempo is to learn a technique on the hi-hat, which is almost like strumming a guitar. And we'll use this for samba. And instead of this, you kind of do a sweeping motion back and forth. So it would be. So when we speed it up, you can have some, it takes a little bit of the edge off of the, you know, so you can try that. Another thing that might help you with that, and this is a great way to bring down your bossa as far as dynamics goes, is to play with a brush, play all those eighth notes on the snare as like a sweeping motion. So, and we can add hi-hat on 2 and 4. So to put all of that together, it would be like this. Okay, and another variation for you is I like to put shaker too sometimes, especially like in solos or whatever. So instead of your eighth notes on the hi-hat, you can play eighth notes in the air back and forth with the shaker. So this is what that would sound like. Okay, and then when we want to build the intensity of the bossa, you can move your shirt down. You can move your right hand to the ride cymbal. So again, 2 and 4 on the hi-hat, and then the cross stick.